everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are unboxing the quarterly scrapbooking kit from A Cherry on Top. So their kits are now coming quarterly. You'll get it in a box like so. I just took all the contents out and unwrapped everything already. They used to offer it monthly. I never got it before monthly. And now they're making it quarterly, so they'll be for a year. And in the change, as I am aware, they also added a few more pieces to the kit so that it would last you the course of like 3 months of creating with it, which I think is kind of fun because sometimes maybe to you, a monthly kit has too much product too. So this one has too much as well, but at least you're getting it quarterly and you'll feel like you'll make a dent in it and not have a kit coming every first of the month to your house, which I think is rather smart. So in this one, I believe this one's just considered the spring collection. And what I like about it for me, if you're a scrapbooker, is that it gives you a nice mix of your scrapbooking supplies as well as some mixed media stuff that you wouldn't have either normally thought to mix with it, or maybe you haven't played with anything of the mixed media and this is like an introduction to it and they've already curated items that will work perfectly with this kit. So I think that's really good that it all comes together. Similar, I believe, kind of like I used to do Hip Kit, for example. You can subscribe to their scrapbooking kit, but if you wanted the mixed media stuff, it was always an additional add-on. And so don't get me wrong, it was easier for those that don't care for it at all to have it. But if you've been curious, this is a nice curiosity way to get it all together and knowing that this will all work as one. So let's go over the mixed media items first. You will get the Crafters Workshop a palette knife, which is great because you will be playing with 2 colors of the Crafters Workshop stencil butter. You know I like these. I have like a gold one. I have the tacky one, dry one here, and I have it next to like my lunar paste ones. These are so good. Also, a little tip. These do also work on photos. I did the gold one in my December daily of like a poinsettia and stars on a few of my photos, so that photo paper, and it does work just fine. So you have Sunshine, which is the yellow, and Green Pear, which is the green. Perfect for spring. Great base colors to have in your collection. And actually this one too, I don't have anything like this. I do have a yellow or two, but this green, that's something special. It's like apple green. So that's extra fun. We have this Catherine Pooler background stamp that comes on like this board with 3 holes that I believe almost makes me think that there's some sort of binder that holds her background stamps. And it's a beautiful floral, almost like, reminds me a little bit of a mandala because it's repeated symmetrically. So like you can print it a bunch of times and get a look. And it's just very delicate, very much an outline, and very, very pretty. We have two stencils, a 6x6 one from the Crafters Workshop. This one is called Mini Flower Tiles. And then this one, Slimline Stencil 4x9. Looks like either watermelon seeds or raindrops, or what else could it be? Something like that. And this one is called watermelon seeds. And then also there is sequins. So they're from Catherine Pooler as well. I've never actually seen her sequins before in these little dishes, but look the colors. They're yellow, pink, orange, pink. I said pink. I mean orange, pink, yellow. I said the maybe like this one could be red or just like a deep coral. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And I do kind of like this little dish that it comes in. You know, like a little pot, and you know, you could keep all colors stacked together. So that's from Catherine Pooler as well. So you get 2 products from Catherine Pooler, and then these are all from the Crafters Workshop, which is really good so that the companies stay consistent. Then for the collection, we are featuring the Pink Fresh Studio Spring Vibes collection. So we have the ephemera bits, which are all the florals, and it has like this outline look. We definitely have the yellows, the greens, so that's why these colors are here. There seems to be like a nice like salmon pink, peachy coral color, and a light blue that goes in the collection, and a gray. The title ephemera, best friends, wander through the details, little moments of joy. Really cute for cards, but definitely good for titles for your layouts. The enamel dots, the journaling bits, and there's an actual eyelet there and some tuck spots. Oh yeah. So a tuck card, and the little envelope. Very, very cute. The wood accents, wood veneer and like cardstock, and they're sort of layered as well. They're dimensional. The chipboard frames. Yeah, so you can definitely see the color palette. You know, you got the blue, the yellow, the greens, that peachy salmony color, the gray, yeah, and the greens and the blue. And then you get the paper pack collection as well. So it's 12 by 12, and I know that Pink Fresh quality, it's a decent weight cardstock. So this pretty one, Sunny Days, that like mixed media one, very pretty. Repeating pattern, this one's pretty. Very bright. Ooh, another mixed media kind of looking one. Repeating pattern. I like that mixed media. The cut apart. Like. Yeah, I like a lot of those. And then a nice stripe, pink stripe in the back. A simple floral and another bright one. Ooh, okay, so you got some ones that you can repeat almost too. Look at that. Random polka dot. And then there's that yellow again. So look, that all works together beautifully. Ooh, an ombre. And there's that gray with the white chevron stripe in there. A small repeat text. That's a nice plaid, a blue plaid. A green repeating pattern, a diagonal stripe in blue. Paper piecing. And a pretty floral on blue. Gig 'em in like a sagey green. And then, oh, that's so pretty. And then the floral, outline floral. Very pretty, very pretty. So with this kit, let's create a project right now while I have you. And then you'll see other projects with me in this kit later on in the month. So let's get creating. Okay, I have been dilly-dallying with all of the contents of the cherry box. And I think I finally have something to do. And of course, I started cutting the papers. And I was like, wait, I'm not filming. So we're going to play with the stencil. We're going to play with the butters. That is a given. I have cut down one of the 12 by 12 papers, so it went like this, to fit 7 and 8 1/4, because you know I like working outside the page protector in my 6 by 8 album. So this is the base so far for doing this, is what I'm thinking. I've already printed a photo to accommodate it. And where else have I gone so far? I'm feeling like I might want to punch out some of these circles and layer them with some of the frames. And we're going to keep this out, the flowers out. I was playing with the titles. I am not sure about the title yet. I don't want to ruin these. Oh, and I also pulled out the tag sheet because maybe this could be on top of it. And we'll leave this out, and that's where I'm at so far with the cherry box. I was trying to figure out, because I really like the detail of this, and I thought that could definitely make a punch, but I also like this one. I was thinking of doing it twice, but I just like this floral design the best. So that is where we're starting. Let me put you on fast forward now as we continue creating. Okay, so let's get creating with this gorgeous cherry box. I will leave everything linked down below, as of course for you. And so I'm starting off with making a 6 by 8 outside the page protector, which means it is 7 by 8 1/4. And I love the stencil so much that I want to kind of make the impression twice, or however many times it allows me to fit. And I'm using both of the stencil butters that came in the kit. So we have the Sunshine and now Green Pear. And I'm trying to blend them so that they kind of almost have an ombre effect in the middle. It looks kind of stark right there as I'm doing it. But I do sort of blend it a little bit more once I reposition the stencil. And don't get me wrong, this took time. You see me going back in. Your hands get a little dirty. This is part of that fun process. And right here, I did try to line it up perfectly as far as the little tiny design is. But when I did that, I failed to remember the edge of the stencil. So it does kind of smash it in the middle. But it's barely noticeable. But I noticed it. And of course, I'm like, oh, so close to being perfect. But Look how that shines, y'all. It shines so good. So I decided to take the, I think it's 3x3 cut apart page and use my circle dies to cut them out into 3-inch circles. I selected 3 different sentiments from that pattern paper that I will use as embellishments on top of that stencil work that we just did. So it'll be like a decorative page along with a full photo page, which looks really good at the end. I was a little iffy. I was like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I leave them as squares? Wasn't quite sure. So then I took some of the frames from the collection and also matted one. I did one more photo from this walk together. It was like our shadows on the floor. And then I printed one of the other sentiments. So I had 2 of these 2x2-inch squares so that I could put as embellishments on the photo. It didn't need it, but I went for it anyway. And now here is the best part, is that these stencil butters work on photo paper. So the same thing I kind of did for the other page, I did to my photo, and I had to let it dry. It worked out good. So don't, you can use the stencil butters on your photo paper, which is very, very awesome, actually. So I did the same stenciling so that both of the photo and this page can kind of complement each other quite well. So here I am decorating what I just call the decorative side of my layout. So I lined up all 3 circles. They could have been worked in a diagonal as well, or even as a horizontal line rather than vertical. I just went with vertical for them to all fit like on top of each other. I took a few more of the embellishments from the kit, so we're working with a few of the florals, we're working a little bit of the layered chipboard piece with the wood veneer, and we're working with a few of the other chipboard frames that were circles that I also added just to add more circles to this cascade of them, and it turned out really well. I like the layers, it looks good. So here I am trying to layer up the chipboard frame so that they kind of overlap a little bit and intersect and don't block too much more of the photo. The photo is beautiful with the like row of palm trees, but I didn't mind in order to show off more of the product from the cherry box. And then I'm adding a little flourish behind there too. And I do, I do also off screen, because I know I do my outro soon, I go back in and add the sequins from the kit as well. I think the collection color was Lima, which had a few of the orangey corals, yellows, and some pinks that worked beautifully sprinkled on top of this as well. So yeah, definitely a fun summer spring layout. This box is incredible, and I really do like the collection they selected for this, along with all the mixed media in it. Okay, my friends, that will wrap up this video. I hope you've enjoyed me using the content of the cherry box to show you a double page spread in my 6x8 story album. This page is really like the cream, the how do you say, the star of the show, I love that these butters, I need every color in this too. Like these things are really great. And the fact that I can also do it on photo paper. This is not dried yet here, which is why I smudged it already, but overall it's still to match them so that they complement each other. The fact that I can do it on photo paper too is just fantastic. And then having this layered effect there with the collection. So really pretty content. I'm going to be making a few layouts with this collection from the cherry box. Remember, it is quarterly now, so the amount that you get seems a bit much, but it's meant to use for projects for at least 3 months, and then you'll get a new box instead of a monthly subscription, which I think is kind of smart. I'm glad that Cherry on Top is doing that, a little bit different than what's already in the industry, which is a refreshing thing to see. So this will be going, if you follow me, these are my 6x8 story albums. Because it's a little dry, wet still, I probably won't put the photo in, but overall, this is where it shall go. I'll show you. I'll probably just leave it out to dry in here. And there you have it. So pretty, ready for spring. Even though I live in Florida, it's always kind of beautiful here, but this is definitely having those yellows, those greens, those oranges. So fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up as always, and until next time, everyone, bye.